So now that you've added your content to your page, you may find it's getting really, really long and you'd like to add other pages to help organize this. Well, that's all done from the center page of this right-hand panel where it says Pages, right? Now, there's a couple different kinds of pages you can add, and we'll look at the differences here. One way to add a new page is to click on the bottom, this plus sign, right? And select New Page. And in this case, I'm just going to call this Other Page. Great. So it builds an other page, and you can see your initial page that you built is always called Home. You can change that, and we'll look at how to do that later. But once you have multiple pages on your Google site, it brings up this navigation pane where when it's live, users can click on the different words to go to those different pages. So it's one way of navigating, and they're just the more pages you have, they'll keep spreading across this left top panel rather. Now, the other option you have to build a page is to build what's called a subpage. So with that one, if you hover over the page where you want a subpage, the nerd freckles, right, the 3 vertical dots on the right-hand side show up. I can click on those and select Add Subpage. Now, why might I want to do this? I'm going to call this Other Stuff. Well, we have, for example, some students who are using Google Sites to build their portfolios. So they may create a page for 3rd grade where they kind of talk about themselves as a 3rd grader a little bit. And then a subpage for their work in ELA, another subpage for math, another one for ELA, social studies, so on and so forth. Because the difference here is pages, I can just click and go. But with subpages, you'll notice when I hover over the page, the other ones list down here. So it's just another way of organizing it. Think about it like folders inside of folders. So that's how you can add pages to your Google site. Now, if you ever want to get rid of a page, same thing. Click on those 3 dots and select Delete. As a side note, you may notice this hide from navigation, and that's just a tip we want to show you. Sometimes if you have lots and lots of subpages, it makes this list really, really long and hard to navigate. And what we have seen successful is we can hide a subpage from navigation, and you'll notice it's no longer here. But perhaps on this page, I'm going to add a button, and I'm going to call it Other Things or whatever I called it. And the link, notice, I now have some other stuff that's here, right? That other page links out. So I can link to things within that. I know it's getting a little complicated, but it's a way of showing that information without having to navigate through a huge long list of subpages.